Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I want to speak to you guys about some of the ways ADHDers can experience impulsivity. So a lot of people have this kind of idea of what impulsiveness can look like. It doesn't just have to be financial, having like loads of spending sprees. It doesn't just affect your financial situation. There's so much more to being impulsive than just buying loads of online stuff that just is a load of poop. There's so much more to it, and I'm gonna share some examples with you guys. But first, if you could smash me a big thumbs up down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel, I will forever be grateful. So yeah, let's get on to the video. So yes, financially, impulsiveness is a thing, you know, going out on regular shopping sprees when you don't have the money, not thinking about the consequences with your bills, you know, not organising things, planning your money, making it last the whole month rather than just spending it all in one shot. Yes, that is impulsiveness, but there are so many different ways impulsiveness can affect an ADHDer. So one of the ways that impulsiveness can come out and the way that we can experience it is interrupting others whilst they are speaking. That is something I am definitely guilty of, you know. I do it, and like I say in my previous video, it has caused some arguments. Impulsively talking over people, interrupting, finishing off people's sentences. That is what I mean by impulsive talking too fast. Yes, so that can definitely be something that is an issue, like hyperverbal. That is impulsiveness. That's something us ADHDers are guilty of. Not all of us, some of us, but that can be a way that we experience impulsiveness. So yeah. So this is one that I generally have been through, and before I was diagnosed it was a huge issue, but now I've been diagnosed and I'm on my medication, I'm able to balance this one out a lot more. So binge eating and binge drinking, you know, being impulsive and having to fill that kind of hole in your life with food, you know, emotionally eating, letting your emotions overtake, and, you know, binging. That is a huge sign of impulsiveness because you don't have the control, the, you know, impulse control to know, no, that is enough. I do not need any more drink. I do not need any more food. I've eaten enough, like that is it. Some of us ADHDers really struggle with impulse control, and binge eating and binge drinking is a result of having not great self-control with impulse. So yeah, that's another way us ADHDers can experience impulsivity. Yeah, although this one isn't bad because I always encourage people to share how they're feeling, some of us ADHDers take it to the next level and we overshare our emotions. Now, impulsively, that's not a great thing because it can make us very vulnerable. People can see how they affect us, and it can just make us really vulnerable in social situations. So that is another way that we are we experience impulsiveness, by oversharing our emotions. Another one is unpredictable and very frequent emotional outbursts. So like I've explained so many times, again, this is a huge trait of mine. It's something that I've struggled with forever. It is getting better as I get older because I know that my behaviour and my kind of actions do have consequences, but I've learnt that over a long period of time, and I've learnt it more so on my medication, as it gives me the time to step back and think rather than acting on impulse, which a lot of us do, and a lot of our emotions and reactions are based on our impulsiveness, and we act on the now rather than let's take a step back, let's deal with this tomorrow, let's take a step back, let's deal with it in a minute. No, we there, like in that moment we're dealing with it then. So yes, that's another one. So another one is impulsive decisions. Yeah, that's me. So being very impulsive with your business decisions. If you get bored at work, you might quit and not think about your financial situation, or you might think, that's it, I'm starting my own business, and go out and buy loads of stuff for a business that you actually haven't set up yet. Like business decisions, being very impulsive with decision making in general is a huge thing that us ADHDers experience. So yeah, that's another one. So this one is, it can be dangerous, and I think it's really important that if you do this, you need to be, one, extremely careful, two, reach out for some help from a professional because, like I say, it can be dangerous. So engaging in dangerous sexual activity, engaging in risky behaviour. So unprotected sex, you know, if you're in a relationship, acting on impulse. You could go out and, you know, have an argument with your partner and actively react impulsively, and, you know, engage in sexual behaviour with someone other than your partner because you're acting on impulse rather than thinking things through logically. Your impulsiveness takes over, and again, it can cause major issues. So if you deal with any of this, please reach out for help, because again, like I say, it can be extremely dangerous, especially unprotected sex with people that you aren't regularly with and you don't 100% know. Yeah, be careful, because it doesn't always end happily. It's not great. You should definitely reach out for help if you find yourself impulsively acting in dangerous sexual activity that isn't protected sex, or, you know, engaging in sex with people that you don't actually know and you meet online. Like, please be careful, reach out for help if you feel like you need it. So I've spoken about this one personally before, and it was a very big sign to myself and my parents as I got older, and it was reckless behaviour. Very, very reckless behaviour, especially with driving. As soon as I passed my driving test, that was it. Like, I felt invincible. I got very cocky with driving. I didn't care about the speed limit. I didn't care about who I was putting in danger. You know, I became very reckless with my driving, and that is why I do not have a car, because I decided to take myself out of the situation, because I realised how dangerous I was being and how selfish I was being on the road, that I sold my car and I no longer have a car. Until I can 100% trust myself, I will not put anyone else in danger. I was engaging in very risky behaviour, not just driving but other things too, and it's very, very important that, again, you reach out for help if you feel that you are, you know, going down that path of reckless behaviour, because there are people that can really help you out there that are willing to help, and it can really help you get back on the straight path. And you don't have to engage in risky behaviour to have fun. You know, you can get your dopamine and your adrenaline elsewhere. You do not need to, you know, engage in any dangerous or risky behaviour to get that. You know, reckless behaviour is not the answer. I thought it was, and it was giving me that dopamine and that adrenaline, but it's not the answer, guys. So yeah, I wanted to just share this with you, because a lot of people naturally assume that being impulsive means, you know, just poor decision making, not being able to financially make good decisions with your money, or like money management. But there's so much more to it. Emotions play a huge part in impulsiveness, and, you know, it can really affect you as an individual, and it can affect your employment, your career, you know, your family, your loved ones, your relationships. It's not just the person with ADHD that experiences it, because it can be a huge domino effect. And, you know, there are coping mechanisms, there are, you know, people out there, professionals that are able to help you reach a better understanding and more control over your impulses. But I'm not that person. I'm just here to raise awareness of this can be an issue, and ADHD impulsiveness is so much more complex. So yeah, please reach out for help if you need any help with any of these. There are so many professionals that are trained and qualified to help you. So thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you've learned something from this video and enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you so much. I will see you next time. Bye!